Hi guys, how's it going? It's BanditStephanie or Stephanie, and today is June 8th, 2016. So you guys last saw me, I think, in the middle of April or so, as I'm kind of tracking my pregnancy, post-op Lapband, and post-op plastic surgeries. So it's been kind of a crazy, few months, but I figured I'd come back, and as I'm now into week 35 of my pregnancy, it's getting closer and feeling more real. So last time I was in, I believe I was 28 weeks pregnant, and I weighed in at 199.8, so I was approaching the 200 mark, which, was scary being a post-weight loss surgery patient. I don't think I've seen the 200s since 2011. So, obviously knowing that I would see it was a little bit scary. But now, 35 weeks pregnant, I weigh 203.1, I believe. So I had mentioned I started my pre-pregnancy weight at 175 pounds. So I'm up about 28.1 pounds. I'm up about 3.3 pounds since you guys last saw me. So I guess in 7 weeks, I've gained 3.3 pounds, which is a miracle, to be honest. I think I mentioned in my last video, I was talking about eating and pregnancy and post-weight loss surgery and how important that becomes because, as you progress further along in the pregnancy and your body's aching, the exercise starts to kind of slow down. And for me, I was very big into fitness before becoming pregnant, and when I became pregnant, I was actually put on bed rest for about the first 3 months or so because I had a blood clot in my uterus. So I was not able to do any sort of exercise. So in that time frame, I really slowed down, so eating was very important, but it was also difficult because I had such bad morning sickness and, not much appealed to me food-wise. So that was kind of a difficult thing, but when I entered the second trimester, I was able to get my normal appetite back. I also started going back to the gym. Now that I'm, in the later part of the third trimester, my exercise is really slowing down as well again. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that. So, as a weight loss surgery patient, there are a few fundamental things that are important to my daily life and success, and one of those is exercise. So I talked about the food and kind of how that's really not changed much for me. I've been in a pretty good routine over the last 5 years on food, and so becoming pregnant, I have a craving here and there that I indulge, but to be honest, my eating is still pretty much in the rules of a weight loss surgery patient, just maybe eating a little bit more for the baby. But the exercise, on the other hand, I like the very intense exercises. So kickboxing, Zumba, the body step class at my gym, that's a weightlifting class. I would do 2 of those a day easily. So becoming pregnant and kind of slowing down and realizing, being told I can't do kickboxing anymore, and the weightlifting class can't really do that because you're laying on your back and they don't want you to be in a squat form. So that class kind of got ruled out. So really my exercise has turned to a low impact, whether that be walking, which I honestly try to do a little bit of that every day, or a little bit of moderate to light elliptical work, and also some light lifting, upper body usually. But it's been a very difficult thing for me because when I go to the gym, I want to feel like I get a good workout, and being pregnant and going knowing that I'm going to have to take it easy, that's kind of a hard thing to deal with. And so it's almost like, is it worth going? Should I even do anything? But it kind of goes back to that, post-op weight loss surgery, when you're really starting out, moving your body and that anything is better than nothing. And I'm really trying to take that same approach with pregnancy, where I could not walk, but moving is actually good for my body, and anything is better than nothing. So while I don't feel to the level of what I was pre-pregnancy, which obviously isn't going to be the case, it's been an adjustment, been a big adjustment. But I'm now in the last 5 weeks of pregnancy, and I saw my Lapband surgeon a couple weeks ago, where he took a little bit more fluid out of my band. So I've seen him twice now, and where I'm at now with my band is very loose, and that's just for allowing me to get more food in my system for the baby, as well as during delivery, any swelling, if I have to do a C-section, any anesthesia, whatnot. So he had told me at the beginning that 25 to 35 pounds was a normal respectable amount of weight gain during pregnancy. And of course, like I mentioned before, is I thought I was going to double that, right? Being that I started out at 314 pounds, I figured my body loves to put on weight. I'm just going to blow that 25, 35 pounds out of the water. But, when you realize that you've been in a certain lifestyle that has changed your life for so long, for me over 5 years now, you forget to be confident and in yourself, and know that you can do it. So it's actually felt really good to be within that limit right now. I'm at 28 pounds with about 5 weeks left. So at this stage I should be putting on around a pound a week average. So 5 pounds, let's say, even if I went up 7, so I'd be at that 35 pounds. To be honest, I'm okay with that, because with what I will lose giving birth, and then knowing that I know the rules, and I've been in that situation of losing it, I know what to do, albeit it's going to be a little bit more difficult with a little baby to take care of as well. But I've always said that you can always make time for the things you want to do. So a family, career, and fitness are all going to be priorities to me, and I will make them work, however I can, whatever it takes. But what else? I guess in terms of a post-op plastics patient, where I had a lower body lift 360, my stomach, I've posted some pictures on Facebook, and I'll continue to post those as well, but my stomach is obviously stretching because of the pregnancy, but in comparison, and obviously it's, you can't really compare yourself to anybody else, because it's, each woman's different, but I feel that my tummy tuck, and I said this before, has kind of held me in a little bit. Granted, my belly's getting really big, and it's getting pretty heavy now, and where I thought, the extra weight, my body's used to it, I'm going to be fine. It's those other aches and pains of, the baby pressing on nerves, and the sciatic pain, and, the reduced space in my abdomen, and, heartburn, and things like that, those are the difficult parts, not necessarily the extra weight that my body's carrying around. It's those other things. But my belly's almost, to me, kind of lopsided, where I don't know if it's because with my tummy tuck, my incisions maybe aren't symmetrical, but pretty close. But I don't know if it's the way my belly is stretching. But I think a large part of that is the way the baby is sitting. So one side seems to be bulging more than the other, and it's really funny to see sometimes. But other than that, my belly's stretching pretty good. There's really no pain around the incision areas or anything, and my lower body lift was now, I guess, 4 years ago, so there's been plenty of time to recover, but there's still that sensitivity at the incision line, and that's still kind of there. But here I came on expecting to make a real quick video, but Now I'm approaching 10 minutes, so I think I'm going to end it now. So just give you my recap of 35 weeks pregnant as a post-op Lapband patient and post-op plastic surgery patient. So I'll post this on my Facebook as well as some pictures of my belly, and I look forward to soon enough starting my losing phase again and tracking that progress as well postpartum. So thank you guys for watching, and thanks for all the kind comments on my belly. It's definitely a different thing seeing my body change, but you know, all worth it in the end. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in a couple weeks. Take care. Thanks. Bye bye.